Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here, back live. It has now been confirmed in scores of mainstream news articles and major labs that China shipped contaminated equipment with COVID-19 on the test that they used to even prick your fingers, and that it's spreading COVID-19 all over the world. And they're shipping used masks back into the U.S. to save us. And the Democrat mayors are ordering them handed out from Seattle to Los Angeles to D.C., to New York, and you will wear your Chinese dirty mask. I'm not kidding. We're about to lay it all out right now, and the exclusive video just now coming out of people being literally grabbed and held down and blood tested. Oh, I bet it's one of those contaminated, faulty tests from China. Well, yeah, why send somebody a real test? You're just sending them COVID-19. That's how bioattacks work, and the deep state's working with them because the deep state put the Chi-Coms in power. This is huge, earth-shaking news. We've laid out the facts. We're going to lay it out now in detail. Welcome back. I'm your host, Alex Jones, and we have some very grave information to lay out, but all the pieces fit perfectly together like a jigsaw, and they admit what they've done, and they have a long history of doing secret experimentation on first world, third world populations, white people, black people, brown people. There are thousands and thousands of declassified tests that the Department of Energy, the CDC, and others did on poor Appalachian white folks, poor Alabama black folks, and just countless other incidences of this. So why would you trust these secretive groups that run level 4 bioweapons labs that came out of the eugenics movement in England 170 years ago? The Rockefeller Foundation that openly funded Hitler in Cold Springs Harbor, and the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute. And Bill Gates, who says he wants to depopulate the earth, and his dad was the head of the World Eugenics Organization and headed up Planned Parenthood. Why would you trust them when they say they want to get rid of the old people, but now they want to save them by locking everybody down? It's come out, and it's been in the news for a week, that China, more than a week, sent out contaminated masks and testing equipment, and that people have gotten COVID-19 from what they shipped out. And there's all these videos of their workers wiping their feet with the masks that are being sent to the United States and saying, this is for America, and Xi Jinping lets them do that. And there's all these new videos of women saying, you know, we're here contaminating the thermometers to send them to you. Ha, ha, ha. They make most of our medicine. You know, that doesn't make sense. Xi Jinping admires dictators. He admires Hitler, Stalin, and Mao on record. And his people, many of them are revolting against him, but the others are buying into it and saying, we're sending you contaminated masks. There's videos today of a woman in a factory, a manager saying, we've done our job. We're sending the Americans a contaminated mask. When you look it up, masks are arriving from China in rescue planes to Los Angeles, and now the mayor is saying, you will be ordered to wear masks from China. Oh, now we understand. So we have all of this. And I'm going to show you mainstream news hiding in plain view, where not just companies getting Chinese equipment, but the NIH, the CDC, and companies in the UK funded by, wait for it, the same folks that patented the virus last year, the same ones that had the drill of 65 million dead from a coronavirus, the same ones that are worshipped as the saviors for prescience. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Dr. McCam, shot, please. Axios. Scoop. Lab for coronavirus test kits may have been contaminated. A federal scientist sounded the alarm about what he feared was contamination with coronavirus. An Atlanta lab where the government made test kits for coronavirus, according to sources familiar with the situation in Atlanta. Oh, they want to prick you with it. It's just an accident that some got on the needle. Driving the news, the Trump administration has ordered an independent investigation of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Lab and manufacturer of the virus test kits has been moved, sources said. Oh, well, that's just one place. Here's another one. Los Angeles mayor says all residents should wear masks. Now it's going to be fines. Texas town just passed a law. Continuing, ladies and gentlemen, China gave faulty contaminated COVID-19 equipment to several countries, from nationalfile.com that links to AP, Reuters, and how they sent them to the Australian board and how they sent them to Italy and how they just sent them all over the place. Video, Chinese woman brags about buying truckloads of face masks from the U.S. markets. Now they're shipping them back used. UK attempts to ramp up coronavirus testing hindered as key components contaminated with the virus. Oh, and this is in the London Independent. It's in the Daily Mail. It's in the Guardian. Britain's attempt to ramp up mass coronavirus testing has been dealt a blow after key components ordered from overseas were discovered to be contaminated with coronaviruses. Oh, how accidental. You got to wipe and check, and you're bad and stay in your house, but the equipment just so happens to all be dripping with it. Oh, my goodness. Isn't China nice? Sending us all those masks and all those little needles to prick our fingers with, like the little spindle wheel. And what happened in Sleeping Beauty? On your 16th birthday, you will prick your finger on a golden spinning wheel and die. One of the suppliers, Luxembourg-based film Eurofins, sent an email on Monday morning to government laboratories in the UK warning the delivery of key components called probes and primers, little needles, had been contaminated with the coronavirus. But you stay in your house. We got some special. You're going to get tested, though. We're going to show you a man being held down and tested in a moment. He's being given the gift. This isn't a science fiction movie. You're in it. These folks funded Hitler, Stalin, and Mao. You ready to die? I don't say that to scare you. I think you're men and women out there. I think you're going to speak out and wake up. Because the whole government's not involved in this. This is a very small cult committing crimes so massive that they think no one will believe they're doing it. It's in plain view. Here's another one. These are all mainstream news. Eurofins North America purchases contract analytical lab craft technologies. And they are funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. That's right. Eurofins North America Food Division acquired Kraft Technologies, Inc., a contract laboratory that specializes in analysis of nutrients, vitamins, bioflavonoids, pharmaceuticals, and received a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation grant for developing analytical methods. Isn't that nice? Just like Fauci got $100 million just in one grant. U.S. intelligence report concludes China concealed the extent of the coronavirus outbreak. Chinese firm offers to replace faulty test kits sold to Spain, which helps spread it, of course. That's in Bloomberg. But don't worry, the U.S. medical stockpile's nearly out of protective gear. Reuters reports as demand rises, but look who's helping. 1 million N95 masks are coming from China on board the new England Patriots plane. Yeah. And more coming to L.A. And it's the law you put them on. Put your mask on. Corona's coming. Oh, and I've got all the stacks of the UN caught putting HIV, hepatitis in the vaccines all over the world. But especially Africa. They do love black people at the UN. So... And all the CEOs, before all this started in December, January, dumping, the biggest dump ever of insider trading, and senators too. But that's okay. Oh, but don't worry, the UN fights against forced sterilization. They run the organization over it, and they run the group Stopping Pedophilia because they run that. It's like having Count Dracula be the vampire detective. Count Dracula would tell you Von Helsing was the bad guy and probably getting banned off Google. Let's continue. Coronavirus testing delayed after kits found to be contaminated by COVID-19. That's the Daily Mail, and I've got others here. Isn't it cute? Oh, more. Oh, it's more. But let's get into some of the past. U.S. apologizes for Guatemalan STD experiments, giving thousands and thousands things like syphilis and letting them spread it. Oh, NBC. Telling them they're giving you medicine, a vaccine, but it's COVID-19. Doctors, UN, vaccines in Kenya used to sterilize women. Doctors from around the world tested the vaccines and found they had a hormone added to it that at second stage of pregnancy, second trimester, causes spontaneous abortions in 100% of women, killing the baby. Oh, loving liberals. Oh, here's another one. Polio vaccines laced with sterilizing hormone discovered in Kenya. World Health Organization. Oh, loving. Oh, Daily Caller. Clinton Foundation AIDS program distributed watered-down drugs in third world countries, and they were contaminated. Oh, blood money. Bayer's inventory of HIV-contaminated blood products and third world hemophiliacs. Oh, that's a big national study. Bayer admits it paid millions in HIV infection cases, knowingly put it in all of their factor VIII protein product, and they had documents. The head guy said, well, there's too many hemophiliacs. Liberal. The Clinton Foundation, dodgy record with other drugs. Bayer division knowingly sold HIV-infected protein. Oh, The Guardian. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's just a small smattering for you. They would never give anybody COVID-19. So the big pharma that funds all the NIH people with a revolving door got total power and a total takeover and total martial law forever and total surveillance and drones. And oh no, but they are. And I need you to spread the word about this, because I know when I've entered the danger zone, and I'm not backing down like everybody else. Everybody else is just kind of backing down right now. I'm not backing down. So if anything happens to me, just continue to work on. And we're all dead anyways if they win, so I'm not losing anything. I'm gaining everything. All right? So that I not be counted amongst those timid souls that serve Satan. Also, you want to fund this operation so I can ram the enemy with full power? Buy products you and your family need right now at InfoWarsStore.com while you still can. Now it's easier than ever to have band.video on your iPhone. Simply go to band.video with your Safari browser. Then you click the share button at the bottom of the screen. When the menu comes up, you simply click Add to Home Screen. It will then ask you to name the app. I suggest band.video. You will now have band.video app on your home screen, despite the fact that Tim Cook tried to stop it. The globalists think you're lazy, but by taking a little bit of action, you can override them, have the app, and then tell others about it so they can get the app. So it's up to you whether you want to defy big tech and click the share buttons below on your email, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, however you want. Be sure and share band.video. A lot of listeners and viewers are confused by what I've been saying. So that's my fault. They say, Alex, you said this virus is really deadly, man-made, and it's a serious issue 8 weeks ago. Now you're saying it's overhyped and is a psychological warfare weapon and that everything's okay. Which is it? That's not what I'm saying. This is a complex, fast-moving issue, and it's my fault that I get caught in the weeds and go into little minutia. Let me just be very simple and boil it down as succinctly as possible. From our best research, this is man-made, and it was released to distract from the fact that Xi Jinping and the Chi-Coms were getting kicked out of Taiwan and had their own big protests on the mainland. Then it came to Europe and the United States, and it does kill a lot of sick and old people, and that's a big problem. And we know that it mutates, and we know that it reinfects. We know there's a lot of issues to be concerned about. But as we discovered more, we found out the Chi-Coms had exaggerated the number of deaths to create fear and work with Western media that was pro-Xi Jinping and pro-Chi-Com, but anti-Trump, anti-America, and that indeed it was an economic warfare weapon. That was its main thrust. Doesn't mean the weapon doesn't kill people. But if you're gonna release a bioweapon, a lot of times you wanna release one that's weak so that you know what it's gonna do and doesn't blow back on you too hard. It's more of a simulant to scare people. So we now know what's going on. But when it comes to Democrats locking down states and cities and having their own corporate governmental strike against America to shut down the economy, and with them now saying they're going to hold the states hostage, even when Trump tries to turn the economy back on, and even when Trump sends the stock market back up, you know this is a bureaucratic, corporate, governmental civil war, and it's the next chapter in them trying to remove our populist president. And it tells me that with the fake Russiagate and the fake Ukraine gate, and now this, if they fail taking him out with this, they're only going to escalate even more. And so my prognosis into the future is very bad. If Trump and the Pentagon and the Justice Department don't get reformed and start taking out these globalists who are working for the Chi-Coms and foreign powers. They're not American citizens. They're trying to create a collapse. They're bragging they want a depression. And the dereliction of duty by President Trump, I'm just gonna say it, I love Trump, he's done a great job, he's been under total attack, but he can't get control of the Justice Department, and so we've all done a terrible job there, and it is what it is. It's gonna get a lot worse. You can see the escalation, how they just keep doubling down exponentially each time. And so a lot of people are feeling really good. Oh yeah, the virus probably isn't that bad, Alex, thanks. You know, we believe you. That's not even the issue. The issue is they're talking about canceling the election. The issue is the left's trying to foment riots. The issue is the martial law and the cashless society being announced and all of this insane crap and known treatments that doctors try to give patients being blocked by Democrat governors. It's insane to confirm how crazy and criminal these people are and how they do work for the globalists and are out to get the country. We've always known that. But now it's incredibly obvious. So in future reports, I'm gonna lay out why I'm so concerned, but namely, governments and others are hoarding food because I've talked to the supply chain experts, it's running out. And when people all stay home, that's what happens. And it could trigger a permanent depression. And so the next toilet paper is food. And this you gotta have to live. We're covering it all live at band.video, Infowars.com/show.